the CEO was shocked to discover his fiancée, who had been missing for 5 years, had started a new family and was now staying at a hotel under his company's brand. However, the front desk informed him that his first love and her family of 3 were staying in the cheapest room in the hotel. Hearing this, the CEO couldn't help but feel a pang of heartache. He never imagined that after their breakup, his first love would be living such a difficult life. So before leaving, he specifically instructed the front desk to find an excuse to upgrade her family to the presidential suite. But his friend urged him to wake up to reality. It turned out that 5 years ago, they had been a deeply loving couple, but their younger siblings had been constant troublemakers, often skipping classes and getting into fights together. One day, the woman's brother was tracked down by his enemies. While escaping, the CEO's sister was unfortunately stabbed by one of them. The CEO rushed to the scene, but was unable to save his sister. In a critical moment, he even shielded his fiancée from a fatal blow. He was gravely injured and rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery. Outside the operating room, the CEO's mother vented all her anger on the woman and mercilessly had her brother sent to prison. She even told the woman that her son had personally said he hated her and wanted her to disappear forever. She then ordered bodyguards to drive the woman away. Helpless, the woman had no choice but to leave the country while pregnant with the CEO's child. Unaware of his mother's actions, the CEO woke up to find that his girlfriend had vanished. He didn't know it was his mother who had forced her away. Heartbroken over the loss of his sister caused by her brother, and bitter about her leaving without saying a word when his life was in danger, this mix of love and hatred stayed with him for years. In the blink of an eye, 5 years passed. The woman was transferred back to her home country for work. She returned with her friend's husband and child. Back in her room, she video called her son, who was still overseas, and this child was none other than hers and the CEO's. Afraid that the CEO still resented her, she decided not to tell him. The next day, the woman went to the prison to visit her brother. Her brother's only wish now was for her to visit the girlfriend he had inadvertently caused to die. After thinking for a moment, the woman agreed to her brother's request. Unexpectedly, she ran into the CEO and his mother there. The CEO's mother, upon seeing her, flew into a rage and threw flowers at her. She angrily accused her of being unworthy of honoring the girl and demanded that she leave immediately with the flowers. Unable to face the situation, the woman left in silence. She walked in the drizzling rain, knowing that there was no longer a future for her and the CEO, yet seeing him still caused her heart to ache. At that moment, the CEO got out of his car under the pretense of buying something and went after her. His first words were a sarcastic jab about how pitiful she looked and how even her husband didn't care about her well-being. Though his words were cruel, his heart ached for her deeply. Before she could respond, he told her to get in the car immediately. Once inside the car, the CEO demanded to know why she had left all those years ago. Knowing they could never go back to how things were, she decided to open the door and leave, but at that moment, she found that the car doors had been locked.